my name is Leslie. Welcome to my channel. I am a 35-year-old mother of four. My oldest child is 18 years old, so you can do the math. Also, I have a 15-year-old and I have a 13-year-old and a 6-year-old. So, that being said, I've learned to really rush my makeup routines, and I'm sure some of you mamas can relate to that, since sometimes you don't even get time to wash your face from the day before. There's been times where I've had makeup on my face for a couple of days. So just to prep my face, what I did was I went in with some aloe vera gel and some jojoba oil, and I put it all over my skin, and it has been completely saturated and is so soft. I absolutely love it. I just started using a lot of aloe vera products probably about maybe 3-4 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago for sure, more consistently, because I started seeing like a drastic change in like my chest area. Any of you moms will know that that area suffers with every child you have, and I've noticed that it's really tightening up the skin, like a small bit of lift, and just how hydrated my face feels and looks compared to every day. So I'm just gonna go in and start priming my face to do like a quick mommy makeup. I'm sure you can hear my little ones out there doing God knows what. So I'm using the Tarte Double Duty Beauty primer. Just gonna put it all over my face. I really don't have an issue with my pores, so I'm really only using primer to make sure that my makeup lasts, not to fill in any pores. So if that's what you're looking for, I'm not exactly sure if this is the product for you or not. I know that's kind of like a big thing with some people, and that you have to have the right product for it. Whew. I'm gonna give that a couple of minutes to just kind of dry and get tacky. So I started doing makeup when I was very young. That's in the 90s, and the makeup back then was atrocious. I had tiny little pencil brows. I mean, maybe 1 or 2 hairs going across my face, and I'm a natural blonde, so you couldn't see them. They were just like non-existent. And looking back, I'm a little embarrassed for my younger self, but I mean, I was pretty fly back then. I was one of the popular girls going in with that makeup. Not really, I was a total loser, but whatever. Who's hating? Not me. So I think it's had enough time to sit a little bit. The makeup back then was absolutely terrible. CoverGirl was like my favorite, is what I could get my hands on. And that French vanilla went everywhere. From the very bottom of my eyelids all the way up to the 2 eyebrow hairs I had, and all the way down. I mean, my eyes were just like bam. I was a little gothic, so the rest of the makeup was kind of scary. I don't personally like to use a lot of foundation. I don't like to look like I'm on my way out to a nightclub or anything. So I just use the Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue, and I use a very little bit. You just see not a whole lot is going on my face. I feel that once you put it all together, there's just no need to have so much makeup on. Just go in and blend it with a regular flat brush that's kind of tight, so I can work it in. Circular motions. any kind of uneven skin color or variations in skin color, just that's pretty much what I'm using this for, is just to smooth it all out so it looks cohesive. Blending in under the chin, making sure there's no buildup anywhere. I do like to put foundation on my eyelids. I feel that it gives the eyes kind of a blank slate, so you can put your eyeshadow on and it pop more. But I know some people like to do it differently, where they keep it completely bare, they put the eyeshadow on, setting powder, and then they do the rest of the face. I might be just a scotch old school there, but I personally don't like doing that. I do like the Shape Tape Concealer. I've bounced around with a couple of different kinds. My other one is going to be the Bare Minerals Concealer. I like the way that it covers. I think it looks good. So I'm gonna go in with light neutral, put some under the eyes because moms are tired. Oh, so tired. Again, with the flat brush, you can use anything. Some people like the beauty blenders. I do like the beauty blenders, but I use it primarily for with my setting powder. I don't like my foundation, no, I'm sorry, my concealer very cakey, so I brush it on, but I will put the setting powder on with a blending brush, a little between the brows and down the nose. I don't like to have it very cakey through this area because I'm getting a little bit older and it's starting to crease. So the less I have in that area, the smoother it seems. So I did my concealer, and then I go in with a little bit of the Bare Minerals foundation, loose foundation, and this is going to be Golden Fair 04. Kind of blend it outwards. We want to look like we're awake and we're not so tired. So blend it out. We want to open up these eyes to make us look rejuvenated. Alrighty, now that I've got that done, I'm gonna get some of my Anastasia brow pomade. I used the medium brown. Super easy to put on. I did get my eyebrows tattooed about 2 years ago because I am, like I said, a natural blonde, and it makes it easy. I know it fades, but it's kind of like having, I don't know, like a coloring book. It's already kind of there, so all you're doing is just accentuating what's there, and the lines are there, so I'm just darkening it. I like that in the mornings because it's super easy, and if I go to a pool, they're already there. They just look natural. So I kind of always look put together. When I was younger, you know, brows were not very popular, obviously, because I had like 2 hairs. And what a difference it makes. I feel like it kind of makes me look younger. I don't know. I could be lying to myself. But it gives the skin that contrast. It's hard to explain. I'm not so washed out, pretty much is what I'm trying to say. So I just darken in what's already there. Super easy. So I did the micro shading, I think it's called, and the lady that did it was fabulous. I initially kind of like freaked out, like what did I do to myself, which I think is normal when you make such a huge change. And I probably was a little depressed for about 3 weeks before it was like, just like a moment of clarity where it clicked and I was like, dang, I'm looking so good. But those 3 weeks leading up to that moment, terrible. I was like crying, I was like totally not myself because I'm not a very emotional person. So I'm gonna go in with some setting powder. I like the Color FX Illuminating Setting Powder. I like anything that's going to brighten my face. You'll notice like the Complexion Rescue leaves a dewy look. Anything that's gonna hydrate, brighten, because I am 35 years old, I like to have something that's gonna make me look youthful. After a couple of hours, a lot of this makeup is gonna set. It's not gonna be so matte and powdery. And once it does that, it looks more natural. If you see it kind of getting creasy, you could take a brush and just kind of like, anyways, my son decided to come in here. So this is the wrong brush. I have a brush for setting powder and a brush for highlighter. So I like using the FX. It has like a nice dewy look to it. It illuminates everything, sets into the skin perfectly. I go under the eyes. My eyelashes are very long and they tend to touch the bottom of my eyes, so I have to put setting powder on there to keep the mascara from bleeding underneath my eyes. And then I put setting powder right here on my brows. Sets the pomade. I know it kind of looks powdery right now, but then I'm gonna go in with the Anastasia brow gel, and kind of brighten it up again, and then they don't go anywhere, they don't bleed, they don't smudge. Ooh, my ear tickles. Boom, you're done. Super easy breezy. So I've kind of like gone back to wanting to wear darker eyeshadows. I feel it gives me like a more mature look. So I use a flat brush and I just pack the color on the top of my lid. And this is a MAC Brun Satin. It's a brown color. It's very beautiful. So I put on a layer on my eyelid, just like so, on the very bottom part of the lid only. Make sure it's nice and even, so when I close my eyes it doesn't look weird. Don't be afraid to use your fingers. Okay, then I'm gonna go in, well, I was gonna go in, but I'm sure one of my kids took it. Usually I use the setting powder, the MAC Fix powder. Can't find it because one of the kids took it. And if you have girls, you'll know exactly what that's like. They take everything because everything is theirs. If you have it, it's theirs. My oldest is 15 and she can wear the same clothes as I can. So every single thing of mine is hers. All right, so this is looking pretty good, very even. It would be a little bit richer if I had my setting powder. The setting powder will keep it from loosening up, falling off, and gives it just a more vibrant brown look. Right now, it's fine. Ooh, 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 ooh. Looking good. I'm gonna curl these brows. I'm going to curl my eyelashes. I got this little guy in my Smashbox, and I haven't used an eyelash curler in like 20 years, and I got it and I was like, oh my god, what have I been missing out on? I do need to get some of that clear mascara because sometimes my skin is looking really good and I don't want to go and put real mascara on, so I need to acquire some more. So I love this Pure Fully Charged. It really makes my eyelashes look amazing. It's got a light. I'm not exactly sure what the science is behind on it, if it's supposed to help the eyelashes, like, I don't know, set faster with the mascara on it, or if it's just so you can see what you're doing. I have no clue. So I do like to drag from the very base all the way out and have every single hair completely saturated but not clumpy. I do 2 layers. Start at the bottom, wiggle it up. Get every single one of those lashes coated. Boom, they're looking good. Then I'm going to give it a second, kind of mess with this a little bit, let them dry. Not all the way, but enough to be able to put a second coat on and it really stick. See, it's looking so pretty. Now, I don't know why girls pump their mascara. It's like they don't know what to do with it and they start pumping it, and the next thing you know, the bottle is all full of air. We all know how that works, right, ladies? So once you do that, then you dry out the product. So to make it last longer, you definitely do not want to pump your mascara in and out. It's like they don't know what to do, so they're just like. So now you can see my eyelashes are done. They're very clean, they're symmetrical, they're not clumpy, and they're pulled up and out away from my under eye. So hopefully it minimizes whatever fallout I'll have from my mascara. I'm going to go in with my Lorac contour packet. I actually got it as a gift from buying way too much stuff from Ulta, like usual. I used the medium contour with a more tight brush, kind of come in on the sides here and go all the way up and work it into kind of like a C shape. And then I just do like the side of my apple. You might not want to do that depending on the shape of your face, but my face, it looks good. So I'm gonna go in and do it on the other side. Work it all the way up. So I didn't use blush all the way up for the longest time. And once I started doing it, I was like, oh my gosh, it looks so much better. It really shapes the face. It makes the forehead seem less big. So I kind of have like a 5 head going on. So you definitely want to take some of that away. Not to mention, I am blonde and I do have to dye my hair black. And sometimes when I have a lot of grow out, that blush will kind of sit on that blonde hair, make it less noticeable. Or like today, I just dyed my hair so you can see it looks kind of like I just edged my face. And I want to kind of break up those harsh lines. Either way, it looks good on me. All right, so now I'm pretty much done. I can leave. I can throw some chapstick on and I can leave, and this will last me all day. It's gonna last me a couple of days actually. But if I really wanna like snazz it up a little bit, sometimes I go in with a highlighter, and I love Anastasia, and I use their Sugar Glow Kit. You use gold in the summertime or the marshmallow. I'm sorry, butterscotch or marshmallow. It really kind of depends on what mood I'm in. But I just grab the butterscotch. It's still too hot out to look too wintry. And I like to accentuate the very top of my brow here. And then I just see it around and drag out, up and out. I want to open up this eye and give it a little bit of a lift. I don't know if it's just because I'm a little bit older, but my generation, this brow bone, like that was the thing. You had to have very beautiful brow bones. And so I just like to make those brow bones look pretty. Also, another thing that I like to do is accentuate my nose. I think I have a very cute little square tip nose, and so I like it to look square and accentuate that. So I put a little bit of bronze highlighter right on the very tip of it, and then I do the Cupid's bow. Drag it all the way down the center. Sometimes I'll put a little bit up here as well. When I'm going out, I'll go in with a contour my nose, go in a little bit deeper with a darker shade contour to chisel out those cheekbones, and I'll even contour down here slightly. Whole makeup routine is much more labor intensive. But once pretty much I got this makeup routine down, it's like less than 10 minutes that I could just put it on in the morning. So I did just recently grab some Kylie Jenner lip products, and I got the Dulce K, and I really am not a fan of matte lips, so I got the lip liner and I absolutely love it, and I mix it with the Laritzi lip gloss in the shade of Vibe. I really love this lip gloss. A, it tastes amazing if you do get it in your mouth, and B, it lasts like all day. Even when it's not as goopy, your lips feel very conditioned, and that's huge for me because like I'm on the go, my lips, I don't have time to just reapply and reapply and reapply lipstick all day. So I get it, put it on in the morning, and by the time I leave work, it's still kind of there. Like it still feels supple, even though it might not be super goopy. Let's go in. Give these lips just a little bit of a line. Boom. And then a little bit of lip gloss. Yeah, I'm one of those people that are like, Okay, so once it's nice and even, you don't rub your lips together again. And boom, like it's done. I just recently got these bangs, and I'm kind of on the fence with it, to be honest with you. Sometimes I look at myself, I'm like, dang girl, you look cute with those bangs, and then other times I have them on and I'm just like, you used to look sexy and now you just look like some anime character or a small child, or, you know, I've lost my edge, so to speak. So they're currently growing out, but no harm, no foul, still looks good. Can't live in fear, I guess. I've always been kind of a risk taker when it comes to my hair, but as I'm getting older, I'm finding that I have less patience to do that. When I was younger, I used to do all types of stuff. Like my hair was orange and green and blue and crazy colors, and I would whack it off and go with the boy cut and then grow it out and do whatever. But now, you know, you get a little bit older and it's like, it's not as acceptable and it doesn't look as good because you're not young and you're not fresh. But looks good. This will set, it'll get moisturized and it'll look nice and natural, minus the eyeshadow. So if you like this video and you want to continue watching videos done by myself, please like and subscribe. We're going to do a lot of fun things here, a little ASMR. My older daughter wants to do these mukbang things. I'm not exactly sure. I have a thing against eating in front of people, and then to eat where everybody and their mom can see me is a little nerve-wracking. Definitely collabs with my two girls. Daughter Jocelyn is 15 and she is absolutely gorgeous, and she does all the makeup that the youngsters do today. The wings, the crazy colors, just like Instagram ready. And then my little baby Viv, she does makeup and she is too cute. She has quite a personality. Alrighty, so we're gonna do a little close-up here on the makeup so you guys can really see. Yes, I'm older. I have crow's feet a little. There's nothing I can do. It's just happening to me. I get old. So it's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be, because when I was 12, 13 years old, I thought for sure when I was 40 that I would have to be killed because I would be an old wrinkly mess, and that's like 3 years away, 4 years away, so I think I'm doing all right. So you can see everything is so smooth. You don't need to have really heavy foundation on. The Complexion Rescue is absolutely amazing. Love it. You can see the mascara, the eyeshadow, those brows. Shout out to my girl that did it. It's like, I don't remember the name. I'll put it in the description, but she's local here where I live, which is the DFW area. But you can see how that highlight really like opens up the face, a little bit of highlight on the nose, in the Cupid bow. I mean, it just looks good, and it doesn't look too much, I don't think. So these lips will last all day. They're gonna lose a little bit of color, but they feel like silk. So I hope you like it.